July .NET User Group. Tonight we have a session hot off the press which will be about Visual Studio 2013 from a tester's perspective. And with me is Damien Brady from the Brisbane office. And we are going to run through a whole set of practices that kind of the more mature teams do, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. So before that, we will kick off news, and I'll hand it over to you guys. What news do we have this month? Windows
8.1.
All right, Windows 8.1. Yep.
Increase the font size there.
I will. Oops, I increased it.
Bit too much.
Okay. Any other news?
I've got one.
Yes.
Douglas Englebart died. Does anyone put your hand up if you know who he is?
If you'd done it, sorry. No, don't know.
No. Okay.
What is his name?
Douglas Englebart.
Angle.
E G-L-E B-A-R-T. Yep.
And what's he famous for?
So he's famous for doing what's called the mother of all demos. And if you search for that, you'll find a guy with a computer demoing live a mouse, a keyboard, screen sharing between places, hierarchical lists of stuff in 1968. So it's a black and white video, but he's demonstrating what became the mouse and key chords and things like that to get everything working. And then he was
Park Xerox, those guys?
I think so, yeah.
No.
Oh no?
I
This is
think it
before
was
that?
Texas Instruments.
Oh, alright.
It was one of the, I think it was somewhere else. I know he was outside of that though, yeah.
But if you get a chance, there's a lot of video in there, but if you get a chance, have a look at some of the stuff he's doing. It was kind of forgotten about for a while afterwards, and then everybody went, oh my goodness, Apple has made this amazing thing called a mouse. And you know, that was many, many years later. So he died recently.
All right. Very cool. Any other news?
Firefox Mobile.
Firefox Mobile. What's that?
They are into mobile OS.
Firefox Mobile. Yeah. What is it?
So it's up for sale now. So it was in proto for a long time.
What's for sale?
Mobile operating system. So you're getting mobile devices with Firefox operating systems.
So you know the Chromebook, how that's just a Chrome browser
Yes.
pretty much? Firefox has their own operating system.
Oh, do they?
Firefox browser.
For mobile phones.
Right. Okay.
For mobile phones.
And what the news is they're selling it?
It's now on sale. It's now
Oh, they're selling. Oh, right. Sorry. I thought they.
Developer consent.
Okay. Okay. So mobile devices.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Firefox mobile devices. Great. Awesome. Anyone planning on buying one? All right. That's going to go well then. 0 hands. Great.
Is that
What?
restructuring at Microsoft?
Restructuring at Microsoft. That was a big one, wasn't it? The Microsoft Reorg. So, want to walk me through that, Damo?
So from what I remember, they're changing the organisation structure.
So let's talk about how it is right today. I'll just make this a little smaller. So it was, or it is today. What are their divisions?
I don't know what divisions are.
Windows
They're
Office Dev
product
Div.
based. Yeah.
Windows Office Dev Div. That's the one we care about. The developer division. Dev Div. And it's basically products. That means Visual Studio essentially. There's Xbox and Server and Tools. Server and Tools. And obviously a couple of others, but they're all product aligned. So they are changing all that. And this is too much. So now, what are they doing?
Now OS.
Yep, there's an OS division.
Yep.
So that means that the Windows division is in there. Plus, you know, the Xbox, their OS is in here. Their OS group is in here. And obviously, all the apps that go on top of it are not in there. So they're kind of splitting that. So OS, what else we got?
We've got Cloud and Enterprise.
Cloud and Enterprise.
Yep. We have Apps and Services.
Apps and Services.
We have Dynamics. And then we have stuff like supply chain and finance and marketing. And
Logistics.
Supply. What is that?
Logistics.
Is that all one? Supply chain.
No,
finance?
they're different divisions, but they're cross-cutting concerns or something.
So stuff
Supply
like
chain mean e-commerce, or does that just mean
I think it
delivering
means
software?
sending surfaces from one warehouse to the reseller and stuff like that. So other bits in Microsoft that aren't.
and also
software.
there's the Microsoft Store. Yeah, so that's likely to be under there.
And marketing is another one.
Okay, all right.
What was Dynamics?
CRM surprisingly have their own one.
Yeah, so Dynamics is breaking the rest of the system. They're a special case because they really probably should be under here if you ask me. That would make more sense of where they are at.
What they do with Exapto?
Well, Exapta is in Dynamics, so that's why it's possibly, because that division is $1 billion division, and obviously they couldn't really split it up into, this and apps, which is kind of how most of it was split up into two. So, what I find interesting about this is often when you go into companies, you're looking at how their intranet is organized. And, obviously, if you can imagine how their intranet was organized before, you went into a Windows area or an Office area, this is a monumental change. You will, the whole way the intranet is done will be quite different. So, all right. Any other news? Could you lock that door and make it
Xbox One.
Oh, Xbox One, yes. I think that was news last month, wasn't it?
Might have been.
I think so.
I'm not a gamer, I don't pay attention.
Xbox One, okay. Well, you don't have to be a gamer anymore, Damon. You just have to watch TV and you want to buy it. All right.
Didn't we already have an Xbox?
Yes.
So
No.
what's Xbox One?
Oh, Xbox One is the new Xbox, see? And the next Xbox after this will be Xbox Zero. It's going backwards, yeah.
Or negative 300.
Yeah. So that's the new Xbox, and you need that because you want to play games online, cheap. Well, it's not going to be like that anymore. And you want to watch TV, and so who's going to buy one of these guys? Oh, tiny percentage.
Didn't
That's
they have to backtrack a bit because they said you were going to have to be
Yes.
online all the time?
They did.
Yes,
they did.
cultural rights
Yeah.
management.
So the last user group, there was a big discussion here about everybody being upset that it has to be online all the time. But I don't think people were really upset. They would just like to complain about something. And plenty of people did get on web and complain. And I don't think anyone, especially here last month, expected Microsoft to do anything about it because that was the direction. Well, they made an announcement and they said we're going to change our mind and we're going to not require you to be online, but now you won't be able to. They're taking away certain requirements which stop games being cheap, essentially.
But there was a lot of controversy, in particular the PS2 guys laughing because to swap a PS2 game, you just say, here, play my game. Whereas this, with digital rights management and always being on,
Yes,
it was seen as a negative.
that's
Although
right.
I can appreciate Microsoft's point of view, that and Prism has been made publicly visible. It's always been there, but now it's been made publicly visible by the NSA and what's his name over in Russia,
Snowden.
And so people seeing an Xbox with a Kinect, the visual thing, and it's always permanently connected online, people were probably putting two and two together and feeling a little bit uncomfortable about Big Brother permanently in your living room. But that's just my opinion.
So you're a gamer.
Kind of.
What do you?
Well, there's the head of Xbox actually. He's now working for Zynga.
Sorry, the what?
The head of Xbox. He's now working for.
Oh yeah, that was this news, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
They asked him about the online thing, and he said, "Well, the only people it affects is people in submarines." And
The only people that it affects goes what?
there are people in submarines.
Are
That was
people
his
in
comment to the
submarines.
press. Yeah.
Right.
So he left pretty shortly.
Right. The only people it affects are in submarines. Yeah. Right.
Because you don't get internet on a submarine.
That's it. Yeah.
Just
With
So there's some amazement that you don't get internet on submarines.
No.
Is that right?
No, we'll just
There's
let
also-
that
Great,
go.
isn't it?
There's also discussion that people want CDs or DVDs, whatever, for their games. They do not want to just download them.
I think that
Because-
a small percentage want CDs and the rest will just go with the flow.
No, the
And-
one that I read is people are, and it has happened before, that company just can turn off the servers and you can no longer play the game because you do not own the game at all. And that
Right.
was actually there was a big discussion on the forums.
I
Right.
thought you could still go out and buy an Xbox One game on CD or DVD. That was still an option, I thought, but it was much easier to buy it online, and then you could even share it with 10 of your friends.
I don't know. This is a big discussion even with iTunes Music. Actually, Bruce Willis, ironically,
Bruce Willis.
is suing Apple
yes.
for that. They're actually at court because of that. Because Apple says, "Hey, only you are hiring the right to listen to music."
He gave it to his daughter as
Yeah,
a present.
and he couldn't,
He
apparently.
gave his record
Apple said,
collection
"No,
to
you
his
can't."
daughter
I think
as
it
a
was his
birthday
bill,
present.
actually.
And then Apple says, "Oh, you own it. Your daughter doesn't own it." That's
you
what the
don't
law
own
says.
it. You don't own it. You own the right to listen to it.
Mhm.
That's the thing. You never own the music.
Yeah.
But once you buy the CD of the music, you own the music. There's a big debate about this.
Never had that trouble with Pirate Bay.
Yes.
Erase, erase, erase.
So I've heard.
Oh, right.
Turn left.
Okay.
Next one.
All right. We got any other news,
23.
guys? Any other news?
On Microsoft opening Microsoft stores.
Uh,
The Apple.
I don't know if they're opening it here.
Oh, I know. I've heard about it though.
Yes. Yeah, they are opening some Microsoft stores in the States.
It did just come out recently enough that supposedly Microsoft have admitted, or someone has admitted, that there was backdoor built into Outlook and Skype for the NSA.
Oh, okay. So Microsoft's admitted that there's backdoors in Skype
Which is
and Outlook. Did you say?
Which is slightly contrary because what we have been told is that the NSA were tapping further upstream
Yes.
at the ISP level, but now it seems like some companies did roll over.
And put it in their software.
They're also
Wow.
campaigning to be able to tell people what they've been told because there's an NDA over all of it. So.
Right. Oh, okay.
Federal level.
So Microsoft can't say much because of the NDA they have with government.
That's
Yeah.
why all the companies came out with almost the exact same statement.
Mm.
We are compliant with all US laws. We do not do this. We do not do that. But it's,
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
literally.
Oh, interesting. I always assumed that the US government was able to, do queries on Microsoft and Google's data when they suspected illegal activity. So I wasn't surprised, but obviously most people were. All right.
I have another bit of news as well. There's not much time to get discount tickets for TechEd Australia through user groups.
Oh yes.
Not April 2, that would be in the past. August the 2nd is the last day that we can push cheaper tickets through membership of a user group.
I think it's 1750 or 1780, something like
I
that.
had the amount
So-
before. Yeah, it is a significantly.
So
It's like
1750
$400 cheaper, I think. 1750 or 1780, if I remember.
instead of what is it?
2 and a bit.
Okay.
250? Is it 2250 or something like that?
Instead of 2250. All right.
Something
Cool.
like that.
That'll do. Yeah, we don't know exact, but you got a discount. Is it $500? Is it something like that? There you go. Anyone considering going? Okay, cool. Let's move along. There was a Visual Studio update. Visual Studio 2012 update 3, and many of us pushing the boss Brian Harry to give us an update 4. And there's a good chance that that will happen. Anyone installed update 3? Okay. Alright, why haven't you guys? Doesn't Visual Studio tell you to install your updates?
It does. My personal reason is, shit, I've got to get this work done. If I install this update, will it just trash everything?
Right, okay. Alright,
Yeah,
we-
I'm in that
It's
camp as well.
actually pretty
right.
good.
How many people are frightened of installing an update? Wow. Oh, only half of you. How many people are not frightened, just install it as soon as it tells them? Oh, half. Alright, so half and half. Interesting. Cool.
That's a good topic for blogging if it fails.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, TJ likes installing the latest version, hitting our problem because then he's got blog material. Great.
Right.
That is a weird way to look at it. I will tell you some other news with Visual Studio 2013. A beta was released. We don't use that word anymore. What word do we use? Preview. Much cooler. And I am going to be running preview. We just got it going right now, and we'll be kicking that off. All right. Any others? No. All right. Anyone think of anything? Oh, there was one other. I will just tell you. There was the Nokia. Well, 925 was released, so you can go and buy a Nokia 925. The guys downstairs have it. But even better news. What was the better news?
1020.
Yeah, the Nokia 1020
41 megapixels.
has a 41 megapixel.
Was that a typo? I read that. Is
He thinks it was a typo.
Really?
No, it wasn't a typo. They take an image at 41 megapixel, but essentially it also saves a 5 meg image at the same time. So the reason that it's doing that, because we don't really need to take photos that are 41 megs. So the reason they do that is because they're giving you an awesome quality camera, absolutely awesome quality camera. You got a link that you can give me to open up one?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be good. But there is, when it does that, it takes an oversampled image and uses all that to make the 5 meg image. So essentially you're getting a DSLR quality image and you're only carrying a phone around. And so anybody that it has given up that I'm not going to carry a camera with me all the time, but when I'm around, I want to take the best possible shots. Why wouldn't I want to take the best shots with the thing that's in my pocket? They're going to want to buy this, I guess. Who will consider? Let's assume this is released in a couple of months, which is probably going to take longer. But let's assume it's there and you guys are out shopping. Who's going to seriously consider buying one of these instead of something else? Not many. All right.
Could you rephrase the question to say if it had an Apple badge on it?
So when their phone carks it, who's going to buy an Apple next?
How much is it going to cost first?
Just a couple. Who's going to buy an Android next? Their next phone. Okay, quite a few more. Almost half. Who's going to buy a Windows device next? Oh, only a couple. All right. What are you going to buy?
I have an Android.
So you'll buy a new Android?
It's a new one too.
Oh no, but if you lost it, you just buy an Android again, right?
Yeah, I'll go with Android.
So I don't know if you've noticed this observation. Get in any public transport and look around at the girls.
iPhones.
They used to be all iPhones. You know what they're carrying now?
Oh.
Well, we've got one sample here. We'll see if it's right.
BlackBerry.
They're carrying Note 2s.
No, I don't.
What are you carrying?
A Samsung. But I'm looking at a Samsung
Which-
Galaxy 4.
Oh, so you're going to the S4,
Yeah.
right? Okay, good.
Well,
Yes,
yeah.
but have a look at all your friends.
Yeah.
I'll say a good percentage are now using Note 2s. Girls like big phones for some reason. Because they carry handbags. It's probably easy for them. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's kick it off.